What common sales practices should actually be illegal? A free trial that automatically subs you if you don't cancel before it runs out. If you can't sign up without giving them your credit card information. It's not free. If your business depends on the laziness and ignorance of the American consumer, you are going to be one rich methodica. Medical institutions in the United States almost never allow a patient to know how much any of their services cost until the patient has already received treatment and is financially obligated to pay for it. This should be higher up. Well, we got the infection that was killing you. That'll be $116,000. Why does it cost so much? Because duck you. That's why. You want to go back to dying? Now pay us. Pretending to be healthy. Especially children's food. Some baby formula has so much sugar in it you might as well feed your kid ice cream. Same with things like vitamin water. Offering 2% discount on everything in store. Then saying no refund or exchange on sale items. Common in Hong Kong. It is illegal in Australia. Though. Virtually no consumer protection here compared to ours. I hate to say it. But we need something like the ACCC. Hidden charges. Yeah. Your package tickets or whatever cost $25. But once you get all the charges. Shipping. Convenient fees. Taxes and everything else. You're actually charging me for double that. Selling you the highest grade anything without telling you about cheaper options. Example, I got a couple pairs of glasses the other day. The salesperson told me it would be $200. I said the ad said 2 pairs for $120. Then she told me the frames I picked needed thinner lenses. Okay. I get that. I ended up saying never mind. That's too much. Then she said what about $170? It turns out she was adding a coating to the lenses I never requested nor wanted. WTF? I mean at least go over the options. That's like buying a car for max price and them not telling you you don't have to get heated seats. ETC only after you complain. Full stop. Fine print. If it isn't worth showing and openly communicating, it shouldn't be part of a sales contract. Pharmaceutical ads on TV. Your doctors know what pills are available. Talk to them. My doctor has a sign in his waiting room. What medical school did the TV commercial go to? Ads that play sounds of car horns. Screeching tires etc on the radio. How is it still legal? This should be so much higher on this list. I think it shouldn't be legal in songs played on the radio either. I have legitimately almost had an accident trying to find where the ambulance was coming from to get out of the way. Only to be shouted at about a bar's drink specials. Posting on Reddit under the guise of a normal redditor while in fact you are some corporate ad person trying to endear and entice the population of this site by adopting its mannerisms, trying to fool people into thinking you're posting original content while actually advertising your wares. Aggressive kiosk salesman at the mall. I'm so glad I grew up in New York. Years of ignoring people on the streets trying to sell me tickets to some shitty comedy club has prepared me for any aggressive mall kiosk guy. I remember a few years ago I was at the mall. And there was a kiosk selling those weird spider looking head massagers. The dude went up to a random lady, she didn't notice him, and grabbed her arm and tried to put the thing on her head. She shoved him so hard he fell and then she screamed at him to get the duck away from her. The kiosk was gone the next day. I love that lady. The ridiculous sales charges and add-ons costs ticket websites take. I bought something from Ticketmaster and they added 27% of charges on top. StubHub are no better either. Bastards. Links which are titled like "This man ate a burger and something crazy happened," followed by the link. Hope that's banned and people have to just post what it is. Late to the party. But mail that is purposefully made to look like something important when it is really just marketing. So for companies you actually do business with. Like banks sending you things that look like bills or statements when it's advertising their new app, or debt consolidation companies sending you mail that looks and initially reads like collection notices when it's just offering to consolidate your debt into a lower interest loan. Advertisements directed at children. Agreed. I especially get angry at beauty health products targeted at young girls through Instagram. All those laxative detox teas need to duck off. The kids from Dance Mom should not be advertising that shit. Airline overbooking. You've already paid for your ticket. Then at the airport they take your bags and give you a stub. This isn't your actual ticket. You don't have a seat yet. You'll have to go through security. Wait until everyone's boarded and see if there are any empty seats. Can you imagine if other industries did this? Welcome to the movies. That'll be $16. Oh, but sorry, you can't see the movie right now. Maybe if there are any free seats. If not, tomorrow you'll be able to see the movie. Yeah, rhyme with you on that. We've sold 220 seats on a plane that only has 200. Yes, you've traveled miles out of town to the airport, but ducked with by people with metal detectors for an hour. Paid a fortune for a shitty sandwich, but can you just come back tomorrow and we might let you on a plane then? Oh. And we may or may not give you your luggage back within the next month also. Advertisements that interrupt a game in the middle of gameplay. Duck you. I was about to beat M high score. I assume you're talking about mobile games? If so, turn your data plan and Wi-Fi off. Most games need an internet connection for ads to work. Medical workers, doctors, nurses, dentists, pharmacists, psychiatrists, etc., and their clinics should not be allowed to receive any kickbacks from corporations or drug companies for shilling their product. There should be no incentive for them to recommend a drug procedure product. All product recommendations and prescriptions should be based 100% on medical expertise and do no harm. Auto renewal of contracts for internet service providers. Lemonade stands. Let's not act like your age excuses you from needing a permit. Billy. Airport prices on goods. I shouldn't have to spend my vacation money before I take off for shitty service. Okay, food and a bottle of water. Can't stand that the security makes you dump out a perfectly good bottle of water that cost you $0.99. And then you get to buy a smaller bottle that costs $3.99 20 feet later. Marketing internet service by speed if there are data caps or throttling. If my package is for 50 megs, I should be able to download 24/7 at 50 megs, with reasonably leeway for internet weather. Obviously. Anything else is fraud and deceptive advertising. Companies like Apple release updates to slow down old phones to accelerate the feeling of wow, this phone is really bad. I should get a new one. I'm like 4 updates behind on my iPhone 5C and I'm never updating this thing again. The new wheel beat anyone's price. Where you bring the proof of a lower price from a competitor. But sadly, it's not the same model because theirs has an added letter or number they made the manufacturer put on it for exactly this reason. So it would be impossible to price match exact models with any other seller. Oh. See. That's the Hoover 12345. We sell the Hoover 12345E. Sorry. Hospitals not telling you what they're going to charge until after you've gotten the treatment. I understand there are complications sometimes. But I shouldn't be getting a bill 6 months later from the testing company when you knew you'd be doing a routine test. Imagine if you bought a car and then got a bill for it 6 months later. There'd be riots. Cold calling. Either over the phone or in person. Being aggressive with your sales technique. Selling a vulnerable person something they either don't need or something far too high-end for their requirements. A friend's elderly relative visited a PC World branch locally for a VGA or HDMI cable to connect their laptop to a TV. The salesman convinced them that they needed to buy an entire new laptop plus Office plus antivirus plus extended warranty before it would work. Media sources that can be proven to deliberately mislead should be fined heavily. Enough to deter it. It's poisoning everything right now. Marketing medications directly to consumers as is done here in the US. The rest of the world thinks that is absolutely insane. And with good reason. Your doctor should be the person prescribing medication. Not you. I had a car salesman do this thing where, after negotiating a price, he had to take my debit card to his boss to discuss the deal. To show I was serious. He did it twice in one negotiation. I left. All of healthcare. A doctor says you need something but can't discuss the costs. It'd be equivalent to you walking into a restaurant for a snack where the menu is in a foreign language. The waiter can barely speak English and doesn't understand the prices but orders for you. Not only do they get you the most expensive items on the menu but they order more than you need. You're the one that pays. They provide you services and the price will be an absolute craps roll. So much so in fact, that no one at the hospital will be able to talk to you about potential charges. Did you use the restroom during your stay? $200 sanitation fee. Did you use the water fountain? Forgot to mention the $100 hydration fee. We did skin to skin after my daughter's birth and were charged $300. They rotated the giraffe she was on and charged a $200 turn fee. My dad's been having health issues and he gets the same sort of charges. It's complete BS and should be outlawed. No other industry would be allowed to function like that. Not necessarily common, but multi-level marketing. Companies recruit non-salaried participants to sell a product. Those recruits usually have to pay some sort of upfront cost to participate. In addition to selling the company's product, they are encouraged to recruit additional participants because you get a portion of any profit made by those you recruited. What ends up happening is a giant pyramid scheme where you rarely make any profit from your own sales to make it worthwhile. And you're trying to recruit new participants to make money that way. And every new participant you recruit faces the same issue. Research shows less than 10% of any recruited participant actually makes a profit. MLM is banned in some countries but allowed in the US with caveats. Amway is a good example of one of the larger ones.